The
martial
other
arts.
one. Yeah, I know what I know Tai Chi too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's like meditation in motion.
Yes, it's also called
Yes.
meditation in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome to our West Coast Gentle Yoga. This type of gentle yoga is designed as a palliative yoga. Palliative yoga is primarily a preventive style, but it can have therapeutic effects also. It is designed for deep stress reduction and to increase the energy of communication in body systems, which stimulates better immune system and body's repair mechanism. One feels better and minor issues can get resolved. Yoga brings good health of mind and body, inner awareness, and a sense of cosmic connection. Regular disciplined practice is key. So if you miss a day, please use the video recording on YouTube at Life in Yoga Rajan. Yoga is not a physical exercise and it's not a religious practice either. So people with any religious background can do this. This type of gentle yoga can be done sitting on a chair or on the floor. Remember to keep your spine straight but not stiff at all times. Support your back if you need to. Do these practices gently, smoothly, and without jerks. Slower is better. Visualize the part of the body being exercised for maximum benefit. Follow instructions to avoid adverse reactions. There should be no strain, and you should do it within your capacity. Make sure the breathing is slow and smooth. If anything causes pain or discomfort, please stop immediately, avoid the practice, and seek clarification. If you have any questions regarding personal problem, you can send an email to the email addresses provided in the reminder email. And remember, liability is entirely yours. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. As usual, we'll begin with 3 Ohms and then go on to the Yoga Sutras unless you have any questions. So let's take a deep breath in. So we had just finished the Yoga Sutras in the last session, so the first chapter of the Yoga Sutras in the last session. So now we can go on. Before going on to the second chapter, I like to make sure that the first chapter of the Yoga Sutras was fully digested. So I'm going to give a quick review in like 5 minutes. And then thereafter, if anybody has any questions, and hopefully many of you who are seriously interested would have probably gone through the document which was shared with you for your review. So if you have any questions, we'll take that before we go to the second chapter. In the first chapter, you understand it's the introductory overview. And the introductory overview Patanjali is able to cover all the different ways in which you can approach yoga right over there. And so what is happening is in the opening statement, he says, he defines essentially one characteristic of yoga. Yoga cannot be understood simply from one sentence, because what it is it's all about cosmic communion. And so from that cosmic communion, how do you know that communion or that connection is real? Well, there are various symptoms about it. So that is what one by one Patanjali discusses. The first thing he talks about yoga is when you're unaffected by all the programs that is running within you, which makes you who you are at every moment of your life. And the next thing that we also hear from him is that you can also attain that by being a pure observer. And then he says you can do that by surrender to God, and he defines God. And then he also says in the introductory overview, he understands that most people are in an unbalanced state of or ill health of body or mind. And so they have to start with moderation. They are not in a position to immediately become pure observers. And then that leads to a point where they're able to keep their mind still through focus on a one-pointed principle. And that results in engrossment. And when the engrossment is at a subtle place, from that engrossment, there is a connectivity that is generated that opens up one's connection into the cosmic flow. And that unfolds intuitive knowledge, intuitive awareness. And when one is able to get into be in that state all the time without the need for specific focus on something, then in which case that is a state of what he calls as the Nirbija Samadhi. So this is the point he has made. In Sutra number 18 of the first chapter, he also points out that the highest state of Samadhi, where you have supreme wisdom and all of that, is not the same state as when you have programs working within you that still remain. In other words, that is the point of difference between the two states of Samadhi he mentions. The state of Sabija Samadhi, where you use a stimulant or a point of focus to connect, and the Nirbija Samadhi, where you are in it all the time. So you can quickly understand from here, the state of Samadhi has all got to do with connecting into the cosmic flow and intuition blossoming. But that does not necessarily mean you have reached the highest. So the state of Samadhi spans a wide domain. And so just because you have intuitive abilities, it doesn't mean you have reached the highest. So this is the point he has covered in the first chapter. Any questions? Shall we go on to the second chapter?
Narayan, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is the difference between mana and chitta?
Okay, very good. So the concept of the manas is, manas or the mind is that aspect of your programmed entity that is all the time in the business of categorizing everything as desirable, undesirable, good and bad. That is the nature of the mind. Whereas chitta is much bigger than the manas. The chitta consists of the entire programming entity. The idea of categorizing everything is one aspect of the chitta, which is the mind. What are the other aspects of the chitta that are outside the mind? Okay. One aspect of it is you as the doer, when you feel you should do something. That's a different thing from the aspect of categorizing things as good or bad. Another aspect is me as the experiencer. And you experience things as they are without judging good or bad. Another aspect of it is the lack of awareness of what cosmic existence is all about. So that ignorance of that cosmic awareness or the nature of cosmic existence. So these are all other aspects of the program. In fact, in this chapter 2, very early on, he is going to explain to us, Patanjali is going to explain to us what are the program elements within us that cause the activation that was described in chapter 1, right? So that'll be just coming over here in chapter 2. Any other questions?
In 117, he says, Samprajna, the state of
Yes.
Samprajna. Is it the same as Sthita Prajna?
There may be similarities, but they are essentially of a different meaning in its core sense. So prajna means what you will call as cosmic or intuitive awareness. So cosmic knowledge or intuitive knowledge that you don't get by reading anywhere, but just by the meditative connection it comes. That is the nature of prajna. Samprajna means, the prefix sam means samyak. Samyak means complete. So samyak prajna is complete prajna, and that is the state of samprajnata. Whereas when you use the word sthita prajna, the sthita prajna is basically saying that somebody who has that cosmic awareness whereby the person is unaffected by things. Okay, so you can immediately see there is some similarities in the nature, but similarities in the nature and the meaning of them are slightly different, right? So when a person is in the state of that cosmic connectivity, you see different aspects of that person. So you describe the different aspect, complete wisdom, a person whose wisdom is such that they're unaffected by anything, but each is a slightly different meaning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
May I ask?
Go ahead.
Let me turn on my video also. Before you started the Yoga Sutra class, I asked you, what are we going to get out of it? And you gave me some answer, and which I appreciate. What was on my mind was perhaps I'm going to learn who am I, where have I come from, and where I'm going to.
Very good. That's what the Yoga Sutra is supposed to answer for you.
Wonderful. However, as you went through explaining whatever you have done by now in chapter 1, this is what I felt, and this is my ignorance. I felt you were telling us words in Sanskrit, perhaps, and their meanings. So it seemed like vocabulary to me. And I kept missing what is the concept I'm trying to learn. And I still do not know. Your short explanation this evening was helpful, but still I was reminded by when I was some 55 years ago, a young student of physics, there was an eminent physicist who gave lectures, and on the notice board it said gravitational collapse. That was the topic of discussion. And he was going to give 2 lectures, one gravitational collapse from what? Gravitational collapse to what? And interestingly, some student wrote a 3rd lecture or 3rd thing, so what? And I was wondering, okay, I'm learning this vocabulary, which is hard to learn because it goes at a fast pace and so on. So I'm hoping that as we go through chapter 2 and 3, etc., that I will hopefully get the answer to those questions I have in mind. If not, then I would plead ignorance, and I didn't get much out of it, perhaps because I'm not into it. Some people are asking you questions, detailed questions. They seem to be getting, I presume, but at the moment, I'm at a loss.
No
That's all
problem.
I wanted to say.
I will answer your question right now. What Patanjali is basically saying is, no amount of mindful exercise will make you realize who are you, what is the nature of existence, what is the meaning of being born, what is the meaning of dying. No amount of mindful exercise will enable you to answer that. That's what Patanjali says. And so what Patanjali says is, you have to experience it. And the way in which you experience it is, you are part of the cosmic vibration. And so the cosmos has a defined plan, a defined program, and a cosmic flow. And when you learn to still the vibrations that are working within you, that process will stimulate an activation whereby you connect into the cosmic intelligence and it is self-revealing. In other words, if I'm to put it in the language of a physicist, the Patanjali is saying, you have a little transmitter within you which you are not aware of. And when you learn to activate it, then in which case you will be able to connect into the cosmic intelligence and know who you are, where you came from, where you are going, and what is the meaning of all of this.
Very nice. I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. So now, shall we go on to the second chapter? I guess what I will do is I'll give you an overview of the second chapter today. And then thereafter, we'll go into the details of the second chapter. In the, let me actually put the second chapter on the screen, so that way you have something to relate to. The first chapter is called Samadhipada, or essentially the goal of yoga is to establish that cosmic connectivity, which is what Samadhi is all about. So it's the introductory overview. The second chapter, called Sadhanapada, essentially tells you how do you go about working with it whereby you can experience that. So in this one, in the first few sutras of the chapter, he's going to tell you, Patanjali is going to tell you that you have to go through the process of realizing you're only an instrument. This body is only an instrument in order to fulfill its program. And what are the underlying components of the program he's going to discuss? That is Sutra number 3. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Bhinivesha, Klesha. He calls them as the root impurities and the programmed elements. And thereafter, he goes on to say that once you begin to be a pure observer, these programs cannot go and create activation. And under those circumstances, he basically says, you will begin to realize who you are, which is already said in chapter 1. But here, he's going to give a little bit more detail about a step-by-step process to do this. And the step-by-step process is what is called the Eightfold Yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga approach, okay? And after this comes in Sutra number 28. Actually, Sutra number 29. The 8 elements of yoga are described over there. And once he does that, he goes and describes each element of the Eightfold Yoga. And in second chapter, he describes 5 of the Eightfold elements of the yoga. And then the 3 remaining ones he describes in the third chapter. Because the first 5, he says, are more related to the mind-body area, whereas on the other hand, the remaining 3 are in the body and spirit area, okay? So that is why he has put them in chapter 3. When you get into the body, spirit, and connectivity into the cosmos, out of that emerges many different kinds of experiences. And so those kinds of, what you would call supernormal experiences people have, these he describes over there. And the purpose of describing is, if you're a practitioner and you start experiencing this, don't think you're having hallucination or you're going crazy. It may be a real experience. These are the kind of experience you may have. In order to explain that, he explains it in chapter 3. So that gives you a little bit in a sense in terms of how chapter 2 is organized and where it leads you into chapter 3. So with that as an overview and looking at the time today, I'm going to simply stop over here. We will get into our practice. And then in our session tomorrow, we will go from Sutra 1 to perhaps probably Sutra number 9. So the first 9 sutras of the second chapter we'll cover in the next session. Okay? So we can proceed to our daily practice.
Thank you, Doctor.
Any quick questions again?
I have a quick question.
Okay.
The avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, all these qualities that have been kleshas are described here. How do they tie up to chapter 1 where we spoke about pramana, those kleshas there too, right?
No. Okay. We will get to that tomorrow, but
Okay.
I'll give you a one sentence or a quick answer is that program is one. Only when energy goes into the program, activation happens. So when energy mixes with a program, you get vritti. So the chitta is full of programs, right? When energy hits the program, the buzz starts and all the activation begins. That is the connection. Okay, we'll discuss more tomorrow.
Thank you.
So let's bring our awareness.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor.
Namaste.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Radhan.
you.
Very much.
Okay, now, is there anybody new for the yoga practice today? If so, please unmute yourself and say yes. Otherwise, I'll assume everybody has done this before and I will make it a little quick. I'll keep the instructions minimal. Okay, so I'll assume everybody has done this before. Bring your awareness to the perineum, press the little finger, and we will do the mantra LAM. Take a deep breath in. Release the fingers and continue. Now bring your awareness 1 inch above the perineum. And here we do the mantra, VAM, and we press the ring finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. VAM. Release the finger and continue. Now bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body. And as we draw in there, we do the mantra Ram and press the middle finger against the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Ram. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Now bring the awareness in between the breasts and the middle of the body, and here we do the mantra Yam. And here we press the index finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Yam. Yam. Release the fingers and continue. Now bring the awareness to the throat. And there we do the mantra, hum, with the thumbs up mudra. Take a deep breath in. Hum. Release the hands and continue. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the head. We do the mantra, Cham, thumbs up mudra. Cham. Cham. Release the hand and continue. Cham. Now bring the awareness right to the top of the head. And there we do the mantra Om, again with thumbs up mudra. Release the fingers and continue. Last time. Now we go on to the happy face breathing, the Ujjayi Pranayama. Those of you who know, please proceed. Those of you who need instruction, keep your eyes closed and bring your awareness to the throat, which is the bottommost part of your mouth, the hole through which food and air passes down. Keeping your awareness at the throat, make a big smile and observe how there is a slight stretch forming in the throat as the cheeks pull out a little to make that big smile. Focus on the stretch in the throat, and as you inhale and exhale, feel like the air is rubbing along the stretch in the throat. Virendraji, you need to close your mouth. Can you smile with your lips touching each other? Then you will feel the stretch. But you're not getting the stretch very well. So that is why I suggested that. Okay, that's fine. You can feel the stretch, continue. Now we go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness inside the sternum, the middle of the body, and from there feel a line going out through the top of the head and out of the body. And along that line, mentally vibrate Haim, Im, Am. 3 syllables, Haim, Im, Am, and feel it flow out of the head and go out of the body. If you have difficulty with the visualization, keep your mind above the head, a few inches above the head, and do the mantra. You don't want the mantra or the vibration to stay in the body. You just mentally visualize it. Continue. Okay, now we can go on to the spinal alignment, and Vijaya will be leading it.
Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently bring the ear down to the shoulder. Inhale and come back. Exhale and bring the other ear down to the shoulder. Inhale and come back. And continue. As you come back, exhale and look over one shoulder. Inhale and come back. Exhale and look over the other shoulder. Inhale and come back. And continue. As you come back, and with the next inhalation, let's take our head backwards. Exhale and bring the chin down to the chest. Inhale and head backwards. Exhale and chin down to the chest. And continue. As we exhale and come back down, we'll do the 360-degree neck rotations. Inhale for half a circle. And exhale the other half. And continue in the same direction. As we come back, let's switch directions. Inhale for half a circle. And exhale the other half. And continue. Relax as you come back. We'll move to the next exercise and alternate our shoulders. Inhale and lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate and bring it back down. Inhale and lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate and bring it back down. And continue. Relax as you come back. We'll now move to the hand exercises. Stretch your hands and keep them straight. As you inhale, open out your palms and keep them perpendicular to the forearm. As you exhale, thumbs in and fists down. Inhale, exhale. Continue. So we exhale and bring the fist down. We'll do the fist rotations. Inhale for half a circle and exhale the other half. And continue. As you come back to the center, we'll switch directions. Inhale for half a circle and exhale the other half. And continue. Relax as you come back. For the next exercise, let's bring our elbows in line with the shoulders. Open out your palms and move your wrists up and down as you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And continue. As we come back down, we'll switch directions. Inhale and exhale. And continue. Relax as you come back. For the next exercise, let's interlock our hands and place them behind the head. Make sure your elbows are at 180 degrees and the head is straight. As you exhale, turn to one side. Inhale and come back. Exhale and turn the other side. Inhale and come back. and continue. Relax as you come back. For the next exercise, let's bring our elbows above the head. As you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale and come back. Exhale and pull on the other elbow. Inhale and come back. And continue. Feel the stretch along your shoulder blades as you do this. Relax as you come back. For the next exercise, let's get our elbows behind the back. As you exhale, turn to one side. Inhale and come back. Exhale and turn the other side. Inhale and come back. Continue. Relax as you come back. For the next exercise, let's get our hands on either side of the spine. As you inhale, push back on one side, making a backward arch. Exhale and come back. Inhale and push on the other side. Exhale and come back. And continue. Relax as you come back. We'll now do both our shoulders together. Inhale and lift up both your shoulders. Exhale, push back, rotate, and bring it back down. Inhale and exhale. And continue. Relax as you come back. For the next exercise, let's cross one leg over the other and hold the knee with the interlocked hand. Exhale and pull up the leg and turn to the same direction as the leg you're holding. Inhale and release. Exhale, pull and turn. Inhale and release. And continue. Feel the stretch along the thighs as you do this. As you come back, we'll switch to the other leg. Exhale, pull and turn. Inhale and release. And continue. Relax as you come back. We'll now do the cycling exercise. 5 counts on each leg. Inhale and bring up the leg. Exhale and stretch it out in a cycling motion. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax as you come back. We'll now do a minute of Anulom Vilom, or the alternate nostril breathing, and then move to Vastrika Pranayama. So for the alternate nostril breathing, we exhale and inhale through the same nostril. So if you begin your first inhalation with the left nostril, you exhale and inhale through the right nostril. Close your right nostril. Exhale and inhale through the left nostril. Close your left nostril. Alternate. Continue. As we complete the breath, we'll move to Vastrika Pranayama. There's 2 ways of doing this. One way is to place our hands over the abdominal area, and as we deeply inhale, the abdominal area, the chest and the shoulder expands. And as we exhale, the shoulder, chest, and the abdominal area contract. The other way of doing this is to place our hands close to the body loose fists. As we deeply inhale and push back, the shoulder, chest, and the abdominal area expand. And as we exhale, close our fists and bring our hands down. The shoulder, chest, and the abdominal area contract. The exhalation is a little longer than the inhalation. We'll do this keeping our eyes closed to a count of 20. For the first round, I'll count both the inhalation and the exhalation. And for the second round, if we have time, I'll keep count of the inhalation and please follow through on the exhalation at your own pace. As we do this, please visualize the vitality of the breath as we inhale and exhale. If you're ready, inhale, exhale. Two, exhale. Three, exhale. Four, exhale. Five, exhale. Six, exhale. Seven, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 13, exhale. 14, exhale. 15, exhale. 16, 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. 20. And exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Observe any sensations in the head and also as they gently dissipate. Once the sensations have subsided from your head, we'll move to the next round. Are you ready? Inhale. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Observe any sensations within.
Keeping your eyes closed, feel the sensations dissipate, and we will go into meditation. Tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts, and I care about nothing. If you have a personal mantra, you can chant that personal mantra in your mind. Otherwise, listen to the Om playing in the background. Use whatever mudra works for you. With your eyes closed, affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I was born. Bring both your palms about 6 inches in front of your face. And as you open your eyes, look directly into the palm of your hands. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Anu
you.
and Vijaya.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you
so much.
very much.
It was very good.
Thank
Good
you, Anu
image.
and Vijaya. Thank